in this. I've not liked the idea of playing really stupid stuff on April Fools, but I've not always been that committal to the idea. But 2 years back, we did play through 2 of the infamous Zelda Foolips CDI games. But specifically via the fan-made PC ports that made those games quite fun, actually. Still not perfect, shockingly, but that was quite a fun double bill. Then I forgot to do something last year. Also, forgive the beer, I know it's a bit boorish. I just had a curry, which was half tikka masala, which is spicy enough for me that I need a coolant with it. And like the usual was. I said that ever so bashfully. I did love the various yelps in Project Rome, yeah. But yeah, especially the moment I ended up with this, which was in a random bundle, I was like, okay, if I get round to it, which is a big if, this kind of has to be. With apologies to Ratchet and Clank, I love those guys, especially the little robot, the little polite robot. We'll take a small break from them to play this this weird little game. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Yeah, I am very much a... It's like when I mix in stuff with scrambled egg, I just put a gazillion things in there. Nothing too crazy, but... That happens with this kind of curry mishmash as well. Here we go. Oh, although you can't hear that, can you? They're doing that. Right from the bat, off the bat on this, we're not safe from punnery. Which is probably the order of the day with this, right? I mean, we've lived to see a Zelda Foolips CDI spiritual successor. Which also features the original voice actress of Zelda, and the one for Link as well. I think we're about to hear Zelda's one. You see what they're doing, CDI. How are you doing, Barbara? Bless you. I hope you had a very restful a weekend as possible. It's absolutely awesome to see you and hear from you again.
Of Faramore, new peace
on this game of all games, that
is. A beautiful, bountiful land. It has been ruled by the royal Rockland family for generations.
They're definitely doing that intentionally, aren't they?
Could not last.
That is Link and the King of Hyrule laughing.
Demon Lord Dimer, who
almost demonically. That's a replication of that, isn't it, from the CDI games?
Into eternal darkness, driven by greed and power. Several defected to Dimer's cause, like Duke Nodelki, lord of the island nation of Amalog. Long battles ensued, with hope fading from the hearts of the people. In a desperate measure, the king and his royal advisor, Wagram,
that does sound like CDI Zelda.
Upon Dimer's lair in the country of Ocarin. After clearing a path, the Princess Arzette and an unlikely hero, Dale, confronted the Demon King. As Dale distracted Dimer, Arzette, well-versed in both sword fighting and magic, imprisoned the Demon King in the Book of Ocarin, a magical prison controlled by the Jewel of Faramore. Upon Dimer's capture, his dark army was vanquished, ensuring victory for the forces of good.
Oh, fair play to you working on Saturday, yeah.
The Jewel of Faramore
that's remarkable.
Shatters.
I know sometimes if you're able to kind of work, that can kind of help keep you going, right? As hard as the motivation can be to end up doing that, so fair play.
After the war's end, the traitorous Duke Nodelki was sentenced to a lifetime of hard labor. Dale retired as a bard on the spoils of his adventure. Princess Arzette continued to train, swearing to uphold what they fought for. To that end, peace persisted in the kingdom of Faramore for a little over a decade.
She's ironically a good narrator, fair play. I don't think, Zelda wasn't like a narrator in the, I was going to say the original game, I don't know if that's accurate. I hope sound balance is okay. Unfortunately, this game doesn't really have audio options. And it feels like the voices, maybe that's true to the CDI experience, it feels like the voices are a little quieter. It feels like they're a little quieter than the music and sound, just regular sound effects. Hopefully we're okay on that, because Lord knows we want to hear the voices. Some of which I'll faintly recognise, but I believe quite a few retro gaming-focused YouTubers are in this. I know Modern Vintage Gamer and the My Life in Gaming guys are, and there's probably at least one Digital Foundry cameo in here. I mean, a couple of DF or DF adjacent people did work on this. Hiya Pads, yeah, this is... I was delighted to get this in the bundle last year. Pray for me I'm not making a mistake there, because honestly, the very brief test I've done of this game, I actually did die quite a few times. We'll still try normal with no health drops, but we might regret that. We are here for the lols, really, more than anything.
Floors. Finding these jewel shards was no easy task.
Hi, Rama.
But now...
Long last, I have returned. Nodoki, for freeing me, I offer you power.
Oh, they've got the animation style.
Yes, Master. Thank you.
In exchange for thy soul.
Oh yeah, that is the King of Hyrule, that, isn't it?
Of course, Master.
Very good. Henceforth, you'll have the power to crush your foes in my name. Now, on to other matters.
Interesting level they're playing on, because it is parody, but they probably also want it to be...
My trusted servants, I am pleased you've not forgotten me.
like kind of good on its oh my gosh, that is that's a bit that we know what they're doing there with several bloated spiritual triangles.
My revenge will be unforgiving. The punishment will be eternal.
They are purple though, and there's 4 of them, so it might be legally distinct enough. I do like those designs. Well, they are goofy, but that fits the tone here quite well. Oh, that is... the background is exactly the same.
Dimer and his minions have returned.
Oh.
That's impossible. What about the Jewel of Pheromorph?
Yeah, it's Quad Force. Yeah, Quad Push. There we are.
The jewel shards are with the enemy.
Well done.
Easy peasy. We just gotta get the jewel back together and trap him in that old book, right?
If only. A dark fog has enveloped the land.
That's a very good CDI Link.
Eyes cannot see daylight out there.
He's not that much more frenzied,
They
really,
weakened Dimer before.
than the real
I'm afraid
film.
that due to complacency, they've been left unlit.
Oh man, I love the single tone shading as well.
Well,
A very authentic
as
MS
you
Paint
know,
look.
only a member of the royal family can rekindle the beacon.
Even though
I'm ready.
CDI's on one definitely predated
I'm
MS Paint.
Another issue. My scouts report sightings of dark tapestries that impede critical paths.
Oh, not a problem. My ancestors hid sacred candles throughout the
the
kingdom that
hand
can burn
movements,
these tapestries.
They are spot on,
That
aren't they?
settles it then. Another fun adventure for me to stay out of.
Where must I go?
I've placed teleportation scrolls throughout the kingdom that you may use, so long as the dark fog around them has been dispelled.
I'll be leaving then.
Again, sorry if the voices are a bit quiet.
Get back before dinner!
Be safe, my
I
daughter.
don't think that's... I know CDI Link's voice is in here. I don't think that's it.
Want to defeat Dimer? Let's get started. Move left or right to start running.
I mean, that's what we'll be saying after every bizarre line of dialogue. Yeah, Marvin, it's always interesting with a parody film like this,
Press jump to
where...
leap. Jumping into action.
Like, you probably
Press
want it
attack
to still
slash
be
your sword.
unironically good, right?
Hey, you have a smart sword. It interacts with
Ton
both
is definitely
objects
very
and
firmly in...
people. It hurts only those that aren't friendly.
Oh,
Get
is
some
that CDI
bombs by
Link?
slashing that bag.
I didn't sound that much like him, but I think both of them... I don't think either of them are characters in this. Fair play, they did well to track
Press
them. I know
item
it's
to
like
use
the...
items. Try bombing some column.
See, that sounds quite close to I can't bomb some Dodongos, so I'm willing to bet that's him. So they could
Moving
get him
up
to say
allows
that.
you to enter doors and climb ladders. Go in that door.
But yeah, it sounds like this works both as parody and just as a fun little breezy side-scrolling action RPG with, again, tongue firmly in cheek, which
You
is...
can crouch by moving down. Moving while crouching lets you duck walk. This old trick gets you into tight spaces.
Yeah, that is definitely... They are getting him to say the hits here, because, yeah, that's... I mean, God, there's like 50,000 iconic stupid lines from those games. The Duck Walk one is one of them.
Your magic
yeah.
pouch holds your items.
Yeah, I had a curry
You can
earlier, and it was like
select
very
items
mildly
here, view your quest
spicy.
status, and set options.
So I had,
So
I even could have had a
much
glass
space,
of, a glass of milk or a beer, and I picked the more fun dark option. It's a little boorish. Like it's oh man, it's
Some paths are closed to you until you have the right tools. Keep that in mind while you explore.
they sound noticeably
Remember to
older,
light
not unreasonably
sacred
so, given the
They'll
march
open
of
new
time.
areas, so be sure to find them.
That's fun though. I gotta wonder what the voice actors' reactions were to... Wait, you guys care about this stupid thing I did in like half a day years ago? It's, maybe they were quite bemused ultimately. They got the art style down quite well, that kind of very... Yeah, it's a weird level, because I don't know if you'd call the Philips CDI house art
Teleportation
style
scrolls allow you to exit to the world
good,
map
but I
quickly.
like the take
Go
they've
ahead,
done on this.
Take off.
Reasonably...
Well, what are you waiting for?
And ironically-
Defeat Dimer and have some fun.
Curse of the curse whipped up. Pads, you love spicy oh gosh. It's all the uts that are the problem there, is it, Pads? I want to like spicy stuff. I want to train when I say train my spicy... No, let's not say train my spicy muscle, because A, that's not scientifically correct. And that's troublesome. But yeah, no, I'm not that great with... it's certainly only kind of equivalent like that if I am to... it's milk and alcohol, yeah, it's... certainly, this won't be replaced by another one when we're done with it. And I'll try not to have the label facing forward so it's not too accidentally product placement-y. The only thing we'd want to advertise around here is a Philips CDI Mini, which is surely a when rather than an if. Well done. Next time we see that quote out of context, it'll be like, well, it was just the Philips CDI, just poison Jasm's brain somehow into even more of a non-functioning, ridiculous state. Oh, bless you, man. That'd be a hell of a place to announce, although the thing they're saying with the Switch 2, right, is that only really the big developers have Switch 2 dev kits. Well, that would I don't know why I'm saying that, because that would include Square Enix, you've got to assume. Oh, damn, that thing really chases you. Nope. Yeah, this might be where I regret the difficulty, picking the difficulty that doesn't have health. This has like a Zelda This has like a Zelda style hero mode then, really. Like the harder difficulty doesn't drop health items. Yeah, this totally is that like 90s kind of CD. They've really captured that aesthetic. Because it's probably a harder art style to get down than it might first seem, I've got to imagine. Mad Boy. We definitely have some, I Is this the only one we've got from?
Gee, it sure is boring around
I mean, unfortunately, I
here.
associate that with, oh no, I don't know, Jasmine spending ages in PC game settings or similar. We could easily have like 20, 30 more, couldn't we? I don't think, did I put good in there? No, that should be in there. Just Zelda's really funny, flat, good. Right after something horrible happens to someone, as I remember. It's... This is fun as well. Unfortunately, I haven't really seen this, but yeah. It's, they're doing the Hotel Mario bit. Which, again, speaking of like a gazillion ridiculous lines,
Got rubies.
we've all heard YouTube pooped to death at this point, right? Yeah, the yes, I should have, good is one of those words I should have a sound effect for, just in general. If I'm gonna have one, it has to be that. Like, how can it not really, right? This did make me laugh a bit, like, it's definitely that old school style of kind of just about collision, kind of working with the backgrounds. That was probably, once those Zelda CDI games were like smoothed over for the fan-made PC ports, which I believe those were by the same person who primarily developed this game. So I'm assuming it's running on the same kind of tech he used to recreate those. But yeah, those improved versions, just the biggest issue left with the Zelda CDI games was just... It just wasn't always that clear what was or what wasn't a platform. It was that kind of confusing background design. Oh wait, no, that's a friendly... I'm assuming this one's probably a bit more clear. Oh my gosh, Armor, your lecturer complained about games keeping... Oh, really? That's hilarious. Yeah, it's, to be fair, like, that's a good thing for a teacher to be annoyed at, Armor, because that's publishers, developers not following rules or protocol, because Valve specifically state you need to not have graphics or just any kind of game system settings that should have saved to Steam Clouds stuff. So when that does, that's them not doing that properly. So yeah, it's it has been an annoyance in a few cases for me. Yeah, not like you know, I didn't throw my deck against the wall or anything, but it was a bit like depends on the game, that can be quite annoying. In others, it's not. Depends on because there are cases where if you have the same settings on the PC that you do on the Steam Deck, you're gonna get like 5 FPS on there, right? It's
Morning, Goose.
That's right. Hiya, Mongoose. Mongoose, look what ridiculous film we're playing. Welcome to the cult of CDI. We all wear silly hats, and well, I haven't really figured out anything past that, but we're all very deadly serious in any case. That's hilarious though, Armor. That's cool, those video game lectures. That goes into, I'm guessing, the coding design aspects, right? Because you have worked in Unity and Unreal Engine, yeah. I love the way you... Forgive me, Marv, I just saw that. I love the way you put that. This game is 100% a tribute, not parody. Yeah. Because I certainly wouldn't have thought it was satire, because I guess there's varying levels of... Like, parody can be a little harsher than a tribute, which isn't really going to be harsh at all, typically. Like, I guess a parody would poke fun while still kind of loving the thing it's taken on. Satire tends to go more into, like, obviously if you've got, like, political or social satire, the satire is not typically very keen on those things, right? That's the really biting. I love, this is not just a love letter, it's the whole ass stationery set. That's incredible. That has the energy of, like, an action movie one line, though, even though it's not really action-based, but that's incredible. Yeah, I think all of us here, we're all really excited for tomorrow then, right? 2 PM UK time it is, isn't it? The direct. Yeah, it's... I mean, I already got Rhythm Heaven, so anything else is gravy at that point. But obviously 3D Mario, I'd be very excited for. I'm just happy to know things about the Switch 2, even if I'm going to be spending more money on it than possibly expected. I don't know.
Oh, great. They finally sent someone to kill me. All right, make it snappy. I'm sure you got places to go, other people to kill.
No. Who would do that?
Oh, my name is Cypress. I want to move into town, but the mayor thinks I'm a monster man.
I don't think that.
Really? You don't think I'm a disgusting rabid mutt? You think you could
So glad I'm close to my TV playing this.
Stop thinking I'm the wolf among us. If you do, this old lantern
Means these
is
face
yours.
close-ups can be just so all-encompassing. Oh, of course. I have captured that well, haven't I? Yeah, I honestly, unironically quite liked this with the CDI games. Just like, oh yeah, this person wants this thing from that person. I guess it goes into fetch questy kind of stuff. But I remember it did seem like they were fairly good about maybe having kind of puzzly aspects to it, or making it quite satisfying to progress through. Again, it helped playing versions of those games I didn't control like crap, which I think was the original case for those Among Us annoying things. Among Us, yeah. I was thinking that, I was like, I mean, I'm assuming Wolf Among Us, that, like, I'm assuming that was like a phrase, right? Like kind of does that go back to, is that a line that goes back to classic literature from probably the place or places you'd expect? But yeah, it's obviously hard not to think of Fables, right? The comic, or indeed the Telltale game. Which I've still never played the full season of that. I really like the first few episodes. I sadly wasn't always that good at committing to a full Telltale season, even when I did really like them. I did do all of Walking Dead seasons 1 and 2 and Batman season 1. Wolf Among Us. Yeah, so yeah, no, yeah, it's, I just wasn't sure if that particular phrasing, does that go back to like classic literature? Or is that literally a reference to Telltale game, Wolf Among Us? It's, I don't know if I'm ever thinking that. Yeah, you know, the sky's the limit, Mongoose. Even the Zelda CDI games are worthy of tribute. In a very accurate... Oh, I keep letting that go. In a weirdly quite accurate manner. Like all the weird, wriggly, animated close-ups and darting beady eyes. It's... it's really hard to put into words how, but they've really caught that iconic, I guess, CDI aesthetic. Like, certainly the backgrounds here feel very, very on point, don't they? It's, yeah, the thing is, if I'm going to play stuff in the spirit of April Fool's Day, it's going to usually be crap. Or at least something that's quite ridiculous or funny. But it's quite nice in this case. It is having fun with deliberately ridiculous stuff, but you know, if I end up playing Superman 64 next year on this day, that's going to be a game quality downgrade quite significantly, though. Not that I'm promising that. Yeah, well, to be honest, the music was unironically good in the Foolips CDI game and the Zelda CDI games as well. Like, it wasn't that on brand for Zelda, maybe not unexpectedly, but... It's quite hard to telltale if I... Oh gosh, well done, Muppy, you worked hard on that. I'm a big fan of puns that beat brackets, so I've certainly used that. Oh, are they? I promise I'll be calm if it's LCD, but I obviously would, yeah. Nothing's really gonna get me that annoyed in a Nintendo Direct, don't worry. What that expression? One way or the other. But yes, I would like an OLED screen, but I'm just keen to know details.
Golly,
Yeah.
It's our Zed!
Ho ho! You've already lit a beacon.
I doubt the rest will be that easy.
Mongoose,
Any new
look how
info?
good it is.
Indeed. My scouts have reported blockades enchanted with color magic.
Studio Ghibli could
How am I
never.
supposed to get through them?
You'll need a tool that can fire magic of the same color.
Great. Something else I have to find.
Careful, Arzy! Don't get red in the face!
Ugh. Tell me there's only one color to deal with.
To my knowledge, there are 3 types of color magic.
Don't look so blue, princess!
I'm going back now.
Yeah, he has. I feel like he would do the Tidus laugh, but unironically, like not as kind of a bit, right? Oh dear. To be fair, that is the thing that surprised me with the CDI games, because they must have been just like little money, little time kind of productions, but the way they're animated, that doesn't seem like an easy way to do anything. Like, that doesn't. It can't actually be that easy to animate like that. Like, I don't think you ever could animate like that for a mainstream show. Maybe if it was like a surreal Adult Swim thing, I guess. Chica. He's just like Foolips. He's just like CDI Link, Cheeky. Just a little heightened. Probably not that much heightened, but a little bit. Also, Armour, if you're there, I believe this is Tribe from My Life in Gaming on YouTube.
Special dough and that little sword of yours, just drop by and I'll give it a shellacking.
Which, I don't think I would have picked up on that. Cheeky, I know Modern Vintage Gamer is a voice in this as well. Quite a few of those are. Yeah. I forget which video it was. They did show him, like, doing the voice recording for that. It was very funny. Because he does have that kind of southern accent, doesn't he? And he very happily let into that egg, really. Oh, they are fun, these little... They've definitely heightened these a bit, these animations here. While still keeping them quite, again,
So bleak.
accurately
I
CDI.
wouldn't say that.
It is. Oh, I resolve to see all colors, not just what these puny eyes can show me. I will alchemize these shrimp goggles. You'll see. Or rather, I'll see.
That looks like a lot of work to storyboard there. There's like 20 things going on there conceptually, and and it's not. The choices aren't uninspired. They're surreal and lightly disturbing, but yeah, but there's quite a few in here. I probably don't know the complete list, and I don't know how many I'll recognise because I suspect they're all putting on voices to some extent. I think Modern Vintage Gamers, it's fairly obvious it's him. Whenever we get there, I don't. Those are lofty shoes to be the voice of a shopkeeper in a Zelda CDI tribute game. Because he's like character number. He's one of 50 characters, but he might be like the top 3 characters. That's especially being YouTube pooped to hell and back, right? Does he have
Struck luck, my
jaundice?
friend. These wares aren't elsewhere. My goods will improve your fortunes, so long as you improve mine.
Why is he not a pumped? I do love these character designs. Again, they're not. They've made it very effortless, but it'll look very effortless, but it's clear a lot of intentionality went into the. It's not that easy to be this specifically weird. It's fun though, because it does seem like quite a loving tribute. Like, it's not too, you know, it is having fun with the absurdity of well, not being too mercilessly mocking.
Mayor, please grant Cypress Town citizenship.
That beastly brute. That snivelly hound. Here in my Pulchra Demon? Never.
Happy
You
April
know,
Fool's
my
Day,
smart
everyone.
sword doesn't hurt friendly folks.
That's a
not
genuinely
being
good angle.
friendly.
Like, yeah, there's.
Citizenship to Mr. Cypress granted.
I don't think cinematography is the word, but there's something going on. Oh, excellent. But yeah, how are you doing, Cheeky? It's my turn to get sorry, I should. You didn't get sloshed on stream. That's not fair. It's because I had a curry at dinner and it was like very lightly spicy. I only ever have water with meals otherwise, but if there's any kind of spiciness, and he gave a Mr. Burns on. Almost certainly. Oh, cheers for that, Cheeky. Yeah. Oh my days. I knew this would be a fun choice for today. Again, we've gotten distracted from a game that distracted us from another game, but not irreparably so, right? It's yeah, I hope we all get something that we want tomorrow. Oh, Barbara, I just saw what you said. If you made a Super Seducer style parody, it would be 100%. Oh, a style game would be 100% parody. You can make that one utterly ruthless satire if you want. I think it'd be fair. Ironically, I would like Arms too. Like the sun will go up and down in the day, whether or not we get Arms too. But I did love the first one.
I declare this the safest.
But I assume that team is just being on the new Mario Kart, right?
Makers have no quarter with me.
The Crown is ever grateful for your service. Anything to report?
Rumors speak of strange scrolls that allow you to teleport to special areas.
Special areas?
Oh,
Places that
cheeky.
test your metal and reward you with riches.
Speaking of great character
Oh,
design.
if I could teleport, I'd find these scrolls and halt, ne'er-do-weller.
She's quite hench, actually. Yeah, like there's a lot of thought that's gone into this. How can we storyboard this sequence to have the like the blocking of the characters? I want to hear a cinematographer's take on all of it, or like an animation storyboarders, because there's probably a lot to unpack and be quite impressed by. It does make me think of like Adult Swim type stuff, like a lot of their really kooky animation stuff goes into this kind of surrealism, right?
Oh, Your Grace.
At ease, Univore. Did I surprise you?
The good kind of surprise. Not like running out of supplies. You don't want to be caught without a bomb in a hard place.
I'll remember that. Keep up the good work.
Yes, Princess. I surely...
I'm thinking joking, my cheeky. It's cool if you. It's cool. Admittedly, I was never that great at arms. But yeah, great cast in that. It was actually pretty good online as well. They found a way to have netcode work quite well with that. I think because of the way the arms take a while to get to your opponents anyway. I hope they announced. Certainly Mongoose in chat is a huge arms fan, yeah. Especially Mechanica, right?
Hey, want one on
It's
the
easy to
house,
find a favorite
princess?
game in arms,
No,
favorite
thank you.
character in arms.
Say, that's a smith's anvil behind you, isn't it?
Ah, yes. I was a great blacksmith in a past life. I dreamed of forging the ultimate weapon. But alas, those days are gone.
Please, go on.
He doesn't have fingers. How does he?
This dream weapon needs refined chains and sacred oil. Problem is, they're impossible to get. The oil's kept by some unbeatable wizard in a dungeon, and I have no idea about the chains. I'd go investigate it myself, but you know, I am but a mere small, timid man. A great big, muscular warrior is what we need.
Well, I'll get the oil and find the chains for you.
You know, I couldn't ask.
Yes, but you're not asking. I will do this. Anything else?
Oh, here's the key to the dungeon with the oil. Good luck with that. My only tip is to help folks in need. That'll probably steer you on the right path.
That could be a good bit. That's a good bit of like the way I remember Conker's Bad Fur Day kind of had fun with that as well. The way NPCs can be kind of passive, I guess lightly manipulative, if not outright passive aggressive, and get you to do stuff for them. That's quite well done.
You got an eye for beauty, don't you?
Oh, bless you, Harper. Trying to get out of trouble.
I lost my husband in the war. He was turned into a creature, got bombed.
Photo. Hubby.
Shook the whole room, I tell you. He never gave me the jewelry I wanted. Bring me something starry, will ya? In return, I have something to quench your thirst.
There's like 50 emotes you could get out of this, aren't there? Just from what we've played alone, let alone later.
Hey, look, everyone! It's the princess!
Pretty sure they can see me.
Yeah, but you always gotta be mindful of what's around you. If you see anything nasty coming your way, you gotta knock it away with your weapon.
Well, we certainly never got to see a character drunk, unless I'm really misremembering. I mean, they got to do a lot of weird stuff with the Zelda's license. I'm guessing have drunken depiction probably wasn't one of them, but I mean, it's a very natural fit for what you can do with this crazy style of animation, right? Hi, MP. Welcome to Masterpiece Theatre. It's we're having the best time with these delightful weirdos. How are you doing, B? I know it is Faz's birthday today. I don't know if he's streaming. I did wonder if I'd ever live to know someone with April the 1st as their birthday. It did happen.
A cave system's nearby. Throw a bomb and you'll be spelunking in no time. Hey.
I'll take a look.
Not so fast. If you run out of light, you might not make it back. Take this. If you use rope in dark places, you'll escape back to safety.
Oh no! Let's move on. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to recognise because I think some of these will be like people we know on YouTube and such. It's like retro gaming YouTubers all over this thing. Damn, we don't have bombs. But I think a lot of them are going to be put on goofy voices in the way that it might not be very obvious. It's sorry to hear. Oh, damn. Oh crap, I don't know if we can... Oh, thank goodness. Oh, sorry to hear you're a bit ill, B. May I, if I prescribe some Sonic Unleashed, do you think that would have curative properties in some way? Well, I hope the answer is yes. I have promised we are going to do Sonic Unleashed at some point. If it's okay, I will play with at least one of the hacks. That means you need less medals or whatever it is. That will make it a bit less grindy. I will vow to do all Werehog stages. We'll see how that plays out. I thought you wanted to make B less ill. Oh no! I mean, describing you can't move away from the game until you've got an S rank on the really long Werehog levels. I think that would be illness-inducing, right? It's yeah, music is really good at this, isn't it? It's and he drinks too. He shares a voice with the sausage guy. It's the voice from the OG. Yeah, like ARMS did do quite well, didn't it? For what it was, it wasn't a juggernaut. Like Splatoon did basically become a juggernaut, right? Which was, oh wow. Did this say? The last bonus game we did was Hotel Mario related. I don't know if maybe this is where my Foolips CDI knowledge, which should absolutely be exhaustive, I know that is a failure on my behalf.
Got rubies.
Yeah, to be fair, maybe some of them are just original. It's I'm assuming that if you go to like a wiki page for this game, whatever the IMDb trivia-esque section on it would just be very long in terms of what are clearly intentional nods. I mean, they get a lot of the obvious ones in with this sort of thing, and then they do a lot of less obvious ones, right? Oh, so yeah, it's probably too dark for us, isn't it? I mean, sometimes with these levels you can cheese it a little bit, although if you want to talk another side-scrolling Zelda game, Zelda 2, you unless you really know the layout, you really cannot cheese. You absolutely cannot cheese the dark stages in those, right? Hi, friends. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Welcome to something a bit daft. Oh, damn. Not unenjoyably so. How are you doing, Franz? How's your Has anyone been successfully fooled today? The only things I've seen today have just been very obvious. Well, that's clearly not right. I did propose sending out break-in Miyamoto's to land on the moon, but we haven't put that out as a headline in the end, ultimately. It's, Arm sold more than... Yeah, that astounds me, Armor. It's, I guess it's important to remember Xenoblade is fairly niche still, but it certainly feels like it has more kind of cultural cachet, doesn't it? Sometimes that does happen, games that are talked about a lot. They haven't quite sold as much as you might think, but they are still very, they're still, like, certainly they're happy with how Xenoblade does as a series, right? They wouldn't, have been as prolific with it otherwise. And Arma, have you had a chance to, or anyone else playing that, have you had a chance to play more of Xenoblade X? Yeah, it's funny how the timing worked out for that, Cheeky. Yeah, it's safe to say that I'm really curious how long the new Mario Kart would have been in development for. I'm assuming it would have been concurrent with the... Oh, damn, I meant to... That's a classic Castlevania-esque going onto the stairs when you meant to duck and then die kind of thing. Yeah, I was meant to duck, like, went down the ladder. To be fair, Death's not that punishing in this. There's lightly zombie roosters that kind of really target you there. Those are... And now I'm flying back and I'm so... Oh, yes, you did get to that. Nice, Armor. Oh, that's excellent. Oh, I should have deflected that. There you are.
I'm looking at the newest citizen of Fairmore Town.
Really? I can't believe it! Thanks! Oh, right! Have a lantern. See you around, kiddo!
Can I get a... I'm trying to think of like what the most straight-laced, straight-faced kind of animated thing I've seen is, and then imagining it with this art style. Unfortunately, the first example was when the wind blows. I was like, no, let's not get immediate boost on that. Certainly, if we could have My Never Totoro in this style, I think that would be great fun. What is it? I had a childhood rabbit named after Pipkin. It was from that one. Who I believe was the one who didn't speak. It's without seeing the new Mario Kart, looks like it's... Yeah, it's I've got to imagine all like... There can't be much more high priority for them than to get Mario Kart right. But they are in the... I know that was talked about a bit recently. It is the weird position of like, well, do they even need a new Mario Kart when 8 is still selling so well? But It's and if they do want to give people a reason to upgrade to Switch 2, they did have that problem before with like Wii to Wii U and DS to 3DS. I think they did struggle to, especially with Wii U, obviously. I think they did struggle to kind of get that, a lot of the mass market part of that, those systems audience to kind of go to the next system. Partly out of confusing messaging, which might be a tricky thing here, though they have at least done the, I guess quite boring, but probably quite smart thing of just, yeah, just kind of just call it Switch 2, right? Ah, Franz! Thank you, B. I should, we are out of this, thankfully. This will be the last one. It was the only one. Be on water before long. Won't be shocked if we, when we get Mario Kart 9. I would not be able to look up the build date. I didn't think of that, Armor, but yeah. Yeah, I know there's been cases like Tears of the Kingdom where it was more or less finished for over a year. We could have just gone back to the world map here, couldn't we, actually? But I guess we'd have to... Yeah, actually, let's do that. Actually, no, that requires using the rope, doesn't it?
Actually, no, I think we have got a...
Yeah, there we go. It's, arm sweep. Yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. It's, obviously expectations in check. You have to be careful if you're hoping for specific games and these kind of things. It's, not usually gonna...
You ever need something special though with that little sword of yours? Just drop by and I'll give it a shellacking.
Yeah, I don't think I would have realised that's try from my life in gaming, but now that I know, I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely, it's, let's go to, a cat, so describing them as, creepy as if that would help us identify them, but... I assume we'll need that. Oh wow! that's quite fancy for that's some Neo Geo-esque sprite scaling going on there. Wow. No, I don't know what I did actually. I know we're like 250 short now, but
You struck luck, my friend. These wares aren't elsewhere. My goods will improve your fortunes, so long as you improve mine.
I do like weird stretchy animation that isn't always... there's something to be said for staying on model, but I think...
I say, what a
yeah, equally for...
Yeah.
Sometimes not having a model to worry too much about. There's something to be said for that as well, right? It's, yeah. Oh, no, yeah, F-Zero's a dangerous one to risk for. Like, never say never. Like, I certainly wouldn't have thought we'd ever get something like F-Zero 99.
The cave system's nearby. Throw a bomb.
I mean, whether that means we're, Oh, I see we gotta change the bombs, yeah. That's definitely pretty authentic, actually, yeah. Hope we get the next. Yeah, I would have expected the Fire Emblem Fin last week. That was, like, I thought we might get River of Heaven last week, but again, I assume that was just me kind of being blindly optimistic, but I was like, well, maybe. Obviously, I was quite happy to be, at the risk of sounding smug, I was very happy to be right on that. Yeah, there were a few things I would have expected would be there last week that weren't. That still possibly have a chance of showing up this week, yeah, or tomorrow. Oh, Croco, thank you so much, friend. Oh, thank you for the raid, Croco. We're playing peak gaming here. Yeah, exactly that, Cheeky. It's interesting because I guess it's like the GBA one, because the GBA Rhythm Heaven came out after the DS did. Obviously Japan only, but yeah, the 3DS and Wii ones were very late as well, so yeah. You can sometimes predict these, can't you? Like, again, I would have thought we might get a Kirby... Damn, I think we're out of lantern. Oh no, to be fair. Yeah, good, thank you, If you're wondering what the hell this is the Zelda Philips CDI tribute game, which includes the voices of Zelda and Link from those infamous daft Philips CDI games. It's really charming, though. They got the, unfortunately, we don't have the NPCs right near us, because if we did, I can guarantee it'd be a delightful conversation with just a complete weirdo, basically. Hopefully before too long. But yeah, they've got like the animation style of the cutscenes from those down remarkably well. It's and yeah, I hope you enjoyed Rebirth. I did get quite a ways into it. I'm taking a bit of a break from it with definitely the plan to come back to it. Basically when I want to get obsessed with the card game Queen's Blood again. Which is definitely a when. Rather than the if. I just started. Oh, cool. Yeah, so you just started that. Nice. Is that on PC or PS5? Cool either way. I mean, that has a... I'll break the target. Oh gosh. Bit targets just makes me think of Smash, which I don't think we'll get tomorrow. Maybe we'll hear something that Sakurai's been up to, I don't know. Yeah, we might get Rebirth tomorrow. Like, we could get something Square Enix related tomorrow, right? Crap, I definitely need to buy more lantern oil. Which, again, I have technically played through the Zelda CD items. Like, I'll be the better fan-made PC ports of that. I'd be willing to bet I'd probably run out of lantern oil in that as well. Yeah, I might just have to... I mean, to a point, we can kind of... Not completely ideal, but... Case in point. I mean, I don't think we... Yeah, it's not really any penalty for dying, to be fair. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm quite glad we, Oh, that is legitimately a really cool anime. That sounds a little, Again, it is very authentic to the look of those games, but they have allowed themselves to do some nice visual flourishes. Within reason. Hi, BLR nerd. Yeah, there we go. I think 3D Mario, given just how long it's been since the last one, that's probably the most likely, isn't it? There we go. If you want an idea of what we're talking about with the how authentically Philips CDI this is.
Haven't you noticed his return?
Oh, that dreadful villain. Heavens to Betsy, I just want to get back to the ballroom.
That's one of the relatively less ridiculous ones, which is kind of the scale we're at. They've certainly, like, we've got a Pompadour version of the somewhat unhinged shopkeeper.
These wares aren't elsewhere.
Thank you so much for the follow.
My goods will improve your fortunes, so long as you improve mine.
Yeah, so actually, I don't think Astrobot will be one. But, technically, Sony IPs are coming to Nintendo now, aren't they? At least ones that aren't as high priority, like Patapon or Everybody's Golf. And namely, if Namco are on standby to lend some help on that. Oh, no. Would you like that on NSO specifically? I'm guessing that's where that would be, right? I think we are going to get everything rare on N64 that's not Mickey Speedway USA on there eventually, right? I think that's the only one really with licensing issues.
I declare this the safest place.
Now that they've, a bit clumsily, they've got that mature version of the N64
Crown
app.
is ever great.
I think they're, I think Conker's safe to go on there. Out of interest, what do you... I am fond of DK64 while also...
Hey, look everyone! It's the prince!
We need to check in on that guy routinely. You wanted to
You got an eye for beauty, don't you?
I suppose.
I lost my husband in the war.
Oh, it was adorable. Yeah, she wanted a jewel, didn't she?
My only tip is to...
Yeah. Oh. Hello, Garge. That's the spirit friend. I love those emotes. Are those yours? That's like the Mario Kart 64 banana specifically. Yeah, those are yours. Nice. Oh, we approve of that. Yeah, I am quite fond of especially, I love how goofy DK64 is. Last time I saw or played any of it, I kind of forgot how, like, a lot of the K. Rool and his minions kind of cutscenes, those were enjoyably daft. The final boss gets very clever with the, the final boss gets very clever with the, like, all the various boxing match things going on there. But yeah, that game could absolutely do with, like, 20,000 quality of life features, give or take. I'll be the first to admit. Yeah, like, I definitely liked it a lot as a kid, but I also remember getting lost in it a lot. Same with Banjo-Tooie, really. I like that a lot as well, but again, that could do with, like, they could both do, like, a map system, yeah, just a few ways to streamline things, which, those are games I'll be very interested when we get, like, decompilations or recompilations of them by fans on PC, what people can kind of do on that front. I mean, maybe a map system is a bit of a lofty request on that. That would not be a trivial thing to implement, but I think especially playing Mario Odyssey, that really made me think, okay, these kind of 3D platformers actually do benefit from map systems a lot. I would be a lot... So are you aware of the, if you've seen funny clips from these bizarre, very off-model, early 90s Zelda games, that's what they're from, the Philips CDI, which was like a failed computer that... It's all quite convoluted, but it's the reason there was like a Sony-Nintendo connection for a while before things went sour there, and then Sony went on to make the PlayStation. But originally they were going to be doing a CD kind of add-on for Nintendo. Then because of disagreements over licensing fees or something to that effect, I think it was kind of the revenue split on CDs sold was the thing Nintendo didn't like. There was a bit of an upset where last minute they were like, oh, actually, no, we're going to do this with Philips instead. Which we certainly were very mad about. Like, it really is crazy when you think about that history. Like, Nintendo really did just kind of inadvertently create the greatest rival there by quite a bit, which doesn't mean as much of a factor these days, but... yeah, pretty nuts that. But yeah, basically as part of all of that, like, I think I'm more or less saying this accurately. It is very abridged and we're missing details, but the as part of that agreement, even though Nintendo didn't release a SNES CD add-on, Philips got to use Nintendo licenses on their own CD-based computer thing that, by all accounts, was not really meant for games like this. That like it wasn't really that optimized for this kind of game creation, and that's why there's some really kind of like infamously, in some ways laughably ridiculous Zelda games with like ridiculous animation, voice acting. Some pretty reasonable, to be honest, pretty reasonable 2D action RPG kind of gameplay for the time that is really hamstrung by like technical and like some technical and design quirks basically. But yeah, I think PlayStation was, yeah, there we go, Beal. Yeah, it's no one can be told what CDI is. You need to. Well, the weird story is that my primary school, like well after the CDI would have been quote-unquote relevant, which it probably never was. Yeah, but I don't know what it was. I don't know if they just found one in storage, but yeah, there was just one in my year 6. When I was 11, there was just a CDI in my classroom, and I think at that point I did know what it was. Because that was definitely all over like gaming magazines of the time. But oh, by the way, did you know these ridiculous fins existed? Like I remember seeing a screenshot of like the live action Zelda like the one that had like live action actors, which apparently that one is just outright completely awful in every way. I think the side-scrolling ones are they're more redeemable than you might think. Just incredibly memeable, and again with some, in their original forms, they are pretty rough in terms of some technical and control kind of clunkiness. I grew up with G4, yeah, it was definitely, oh here we go, I didn't see this first time. Yeah, it was very good kind of early internet fodder. Yeah, Midnight's multimedia system, yeah. It was a crap machine for games, though, yeah. There is a version of Lemons on it on there, cheeky. There's a version of like Tetris with like very relaxing music, if I remember correctly. I mean, you probably don't want to play Tetris with a Philips CDI controller, but then, to be fair, you probably don't want to play anything with a Philips CDI controller. Although there is a physical version of this game that I believe, I think it was like a pre-order bonus, mate, like something where it did come with one of those kind of controllers, like a modern replica of that. I don't know if I'd want that in my household, but I absolutely appreciate and admire the moxie on that.
Thank you for releasing me, dear. Allow me to heal you.
Right?
As a reward.
Yeah, the slight difference here is that the main character...
No, thanks.
Oh, I insist. Enjoy.
It's even in. Is that deliberately bomb-shaped?
Oh dear. It certainly has it from when they brought Psygnosis. Oh yeah. Yeah, if Sony are licensing out their IP, the IP they're not that aren't as active, that does mean Lemons. There might be just like a slight heartbeat on the pulse of, like a slight bump on the pulse of ever so slightly. Again, expectations in check. I won't be hopping mad if Lemons isn't out the direct tomorrow or anything, but we'll see what the future holds on that. I want the fairy drugs too. Yeah, the one difference here is they definitely play up how someone would actually, like a bit cartoonishly still, but how someone would react if someone spoke to them like a Philips CDI character. It's because Arze is understandably a bit kind of, oh, please go away. Not unreasonably so. Mad Dog McCree. Yeah, some of those F&B games are good fun. It's like it is mad in retrospect. There was a drive to make action games out of them. Like that's not really the best fit for that. Certainly they've worked quite well for adventure games or like, to be fair, Night Trap was quite inspired, wasn't there, with the security cam, monitoring security cam kind of setup. That was a clever use of that. There is a PS1 and like Windows 95 Lemons platformer with really nice 2D artwork, actually. I mean, it's a bit weird because the character you play as is, you can tell he's kind of a lemon, but he's a bit more of an action character kind of design. And the characters you are saving, they do resemble proper lemons, but yeah, that game I should actually play at some point, right? That would be very on brand. Like, it does seem quite charming. I'm sure it's not like mechanically or design-wise the best platformer ever, but it's a lemon character action game though, and ironically, yes please. Yeah, it is odd. Like, there was, as Cheeky says, Sony called it just as part of Psychnosis, yeah, which it's why I was able to have a Lemons avatar on PlayStation Network, right? Oh, sorry to hear about your N64 BLR. Oh, that sucks. It's, I'm trying to think, because N64s are typically quite sturdy, aren't they? You obviously don't have like a disc laser to worry about, or anything kind of, there aren't as many moving parts in there. I'm wondering what would be the thing to usually go out on them. Would that be like the power supply or similar? When they're done well, they, yeah. Yeah, to be fair, I think they kind of, well, that's what was fun with something like Night Trap, where it was trash, basically, but it was also quite creative trash. Like, it leaned into the schlockiness, but also did do something quite inspired and creative with that format. They obviously recognized, okay, trying to, like, it's like when they tried to make basketball or action games out of it. It's, sometimes it could kind of work okay for like a scrolling and on rails shooting kind of game, although again it probably was more limited than it was worth for those. But it'd be fun to see F&B stuff come back again, even kind of ironically. Like, I think there's been a couple of like quick time event style modern F&B games, and again those are usually kind of played into, like, they know what they are when they do that, but I think mostly it's been used for like adventure-y, like choose your own adventure kind of stuff, right? Or detective, yeah. Games that Barbara very correctly really likes, yeah. There we are. Well, yes. Wales National Treasure, Wales Interactive, yeah. It's, in one of their games, I recognise one of the actors, actually. He'd been on, like, a YouTube film review show I'd watched of I was like, oh yeah, there it is, cool. It's, I'm sure that, I think they're a who's who of, like, UK-based character actors. Do I have enough sacred candles? Do I have any sacred candles? They were animated, you know. Oh, damn. That was a waste. Sam Barlow, yeah. I've not played his games. I know they're usually very well liked, aren't they? I've seen a few, some Descent. I think people usually do. What was his most recent one? It began with I. That one especially got quite a lot of notice. Oh, really? You would definitely notice. You would definitely catch a Camp Rock alumni, yeah. Yeah, so this is quite a short game. It's about 3 or 4 hours, so it'll probably take us 2 streams, most likely. I mean, we'll do the, there you go, Cheeky, we will do the, I assume we're still doing retro shoots on Wednesday tomorrow, right, Cheeky? Because I'll stream that as per usual, and then we can carry on with this after. And yeah, I've tried to set it in stone. Once I'm done with this, we'll get back to Rift Apart, and then I'll figure out exactly what I'm playing from there. I'd say... Oh! Oh, was this on Supreme Warrior? Oh, gosh. First-person martial arts game, yeah. Some quite, like, there's a Scotty... I think the basketball one I'm thinking of, I think that was Scotty Pippen. Who, admittedly, I only really know him because of Space... Yeah, he was in Space Jam, wasn't he? It's like how the only baseball players I can name are the ones that are in the Simpsons, that Season 3 Simpsons episode.
What are you working on?
Yeah, I believe he was the one for that.
It's just a little
Very
weapon
bad, unfortunately.
that can shoot magic. Thing is, I need fairy dust to get it working. But I can't find any fairies anymore. Oh, quel dommage. What about you, child?
Nope, but I'll keep a lookout for them.
Ah, fantastic. I hear fairies hide in the desert.
I've already
If
got
you
that.
bring some of their dust, I get this arm working in très rapidement.
But we also don't want to miss any of these, right? So it is good they did that. That is by far the most subdued performance we've had so far. But it's still a slightly frenzied character.
I
but...
found some fairy dust.
Oh, terrific. Thank you, dear Royal. Let's see. I call it le intelligent gun.
Ah.
It will shoot couleur magique. Like your sword, it only hurts unfriendly creatures. Here, you can have it, mon princess.
Wow, thanks.
Oh, almost forgot. The gun's powered by souls. Anytime you slay an enemy, look for its feu de lame. It's soul fire. Here's 50 souls to start with.
It's a good expression.
Thanks.
Bonne chance, princess. Now on to my next invention.
Yeah, I do like the addition here that RZ does react as you'd expect someone to react to, or the lightly messed up things going on. That are quietly happening in this one. Yeah, I'm trying to keep an ear out for, like, I don't know if every single voice is like someone I'd recognize from Metro Game YouTube, but I think a few of them will be. I understand a few of them will be at least. I'm sort of like, are there any, like, French female retro game YouTubers? I can't immediately think of any, but it's, I know there's a very good chance that was just an accent they were putting on, but, so the... Oh, wow. Oh, actually, you know what, hi, Museum, how are you doing? Yeah, Kid Justice is definitely an excellent female retro game YouTuber. Not French. I guess you could have put that on, I don't know. I mean, out of all the accents, I think most people would do a somewhat, albeit quite a comical take on a French accent, right? It's probably not the most elusive. Yeah, it's not genuine. This will be one of those fun cases when we see the credits at the end. They'll be like, oh, it was that person. Oh, it was that person. It's, bleep me. That's the spirit, Barbara. This is the original Souls. Well, speaking of, like, that honestly made me think of Dark Souls 1 there, because we did just unlock a shortcut. But it's not like that's a Dark Souls 1 thing specifically, but... I do think of that game when I think of world kind of map kind of design that loops back on itself quite cleverly.
Oh, thank you for releasing me, dear. Allow me to heal you.
All right.
I mean, they're definitely because yeah, there is that. I mean, Link just looks delighted the entire time it's happening in Link Faces of Evil. But yeah, there is an animation involving fairies in that where they are just. That's fairly on model to how off model they were in that game. That's not that far. Yeah, there's a little, again, we have come across a drunken guy, haven't we? Like, it's probably just PG rather than U-rated, this, compared to the CDI games, but it's slightly heightened, though. Not a huge amount. Oh, I see, yes, we only have the reds for that. It's, Hiya, Jeffy! How are you doing, Jeff? Happy April Fool's Day, sir. Have you been flummoxed by a immensely clever April Fool today? We met a French crab. it was slightly odd, yes. Again, it's probably like the most normal character we've met in this, really, like... It's all very relative around here. It's hard to get used to any of the expressions in these, because before long you're on to another unhinged, ridiculous one.
Any news?
The forces of evil underestimated your prowess. I believe they may fear you.
Ha! Well, they can join the club.
Where's my father?
His Majesty requests your presence.
Oh boy!
Alone!
Father?
Ah, I'd hoped to see you, Arzette.
Oh.
I'm not long for this
A
world.
genuine hug in this, oh my gosh.
It'll be up to you to lead Faramore.
Don't talk that way, even if it were true.
And the possibility of ensuing grief, oh my god.
You will lead this kingdom to its best days. I'm certain of it.
I must return to my quest. Goodbye, Father.
Oh. Some of this game is going to get an emotion out of us other than just perplexion or amusement. It might actually earn that and everything, don't know. It's the Stockport Pyramid has been bought out. It's going to be used as... I was reading that quite genuinely for a bit, Jeff, and then I felt very stupid. I was like, oh yes. Bad line. Arzette pretending the jewel is not Link's head. Man, Link's fingernails, like if they're painted on, that's fine, but the colour worries me a bit. It's just like it just looks like he hasn't cleaned them. Oh wow. Actually, I was surprisingly kind to, again, at least in a form streamlined by a very dedicated fan who admitted how ridiculous the process was of porting Zelda CDI games to PC, but even in that form, the swamp levels were still a bit of a light nightmare in that.
It's good to be with a fellow member of high society.
Indubitably. Would you mind stepping aside?
Regrettably, my considerable hunger must be satiated prior to discussing any moving arrangements. Alas, I won't accept commoner food. I require fine dining. Perhaps situated under a forest rock? You understand, hmm?
Clear as mud.
I do love a good protagonist who's very clearly over it. It is a bit of a straight man routine going on here, isn't it? Just sort of the main character who's the only one sound of mind particularly present, right? It's fine. Well, Albert, we do attack people to talk to them. So it's not a million miles away. Give or take. I will photograph it. Oh, Jeffy! Oh, bless you, Jeffy. That's the problem of, yeah, speaking of fine dining. Like, that's the problem Paul Faz faces every year, where he's like, it's my birthday. It's like, oh, good April Fools. He's like, no, for real. But, like, it is actually, unironically, it's, I mean, the most we have talked fondly about Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog before, right? Which is 2 years old now, by the way, but that's an especially fun kind of April Fool's, where you make the joke, but then you actually see the joke to completion, basically, at that point, right? Like, that's quite fun. Fair play. It's next time I'll share good news. Oh, Jeffy. I mean, the rule is like, if it's after midday, then you're the fool. Is that correct? Which I always thought was a bit of a... I mean, I guess maybe it's a relief. Like, technically you might be safe after that, but... That's not a huge amount of time to get your fool in there, right? Bloodpool, yeah, Museum, that's a really good one as well, actually, yeah. I have downloaded... Well, it's Nightmare Cart now, isn't there? Which is quite nice, really, because it means you got to come out on Steam and stuff, but... yeah, fair play. That's an idea that is beautifully ridiculous. That's like... Yeah, you know what? That would actually be quite delightful if we made that. That's a really good example, yeah. Fair play. Because they also made kind of a PS1 style... Not really version of Blood Bowl, because it's obviously not the entire game, but like it's their own kind of spin on it, right? Yeah. Which is really fun.
Got rubies!
Let me just got that. I think Blood Bowl just turned 10 as well, didn't it? Yeah, it was 2015, wasn't it? They renamed Garfield after Blood Bowl. Both equally vicious games in their own way. Give or take, we'll say that. Give or take. Oh, damn. I tried moving left there, but I think it wasn't me to jump. Yeah, this does actually have a normal and then an easier difficulty. This one seems pretty reasonable, like I'm making some daft mistakes, but... Yeah, never sent back that far if... I mean, these enemies on the one side... Okay, at least that does kill them. Yeah, there's kind of undead roosters, I guess? Yeah, this one's chasing relentless, though. Plays well, though, this, yeah, like, snappy controls. It's a Game Maker game, it looks like, yeah, so it's, will basically run on anything as well. I guess except a Foolips CDI, ironically and tragically, but I mean, who knows, maybe someone will try backports. Maybe a somewhat compromised version of this back to the CDI. 2015, yes, I'm very sorry, Barbara, it was. I don't like to inform anyone of the horrifying nature of the passage of time, but... Oh, this is such a Zelda CDI type screen. Oh gosh, the layout, the kind of compositing of it, oh, that is perfect, perfect.
This place, it's too chilly for you, don't you think?
I'm looking for jewel shards.
I too seek treasure. In warmer places.
That might
if you
be...
find the crystal of refraction, bring it to me.
Why should I?
My dear.
Oh,
if
she's
you
blushing.
wish to scour cursed places for jewels, you better come well prepared. I can give you protection against evil energy. If you help me.
Exit stage right.
This place.
So what did she actually... Sorry, what did she actually want? I'm just...
I'm looking for jewel shards.
I'm so in awe of the weirdness of all of this.
I too seek treasure. In warmer
yeah, I know,
places.
bro. Okay, crystal of
You find
refraction,
the crystal
yeah.
of refraction.
Okay, yeah, she wants that from like desert or similar. I think I might know who that voice is. Maybe it's oh no! Oh dear! Oh yeah! Oh gosh! Yeah, it's a poison swamp type thing, isn't it? Yeah, even the world map is very accurate, isn't it? Sorry, Barbara. Very important. Of course, Barbara approved Yuri. How are you doing, Moo? Do you also worship at the shrine of a Foolips CDI? And if not, fair enough, really. That's probably not an ethical issue to not do that. Museum, yeah, the Bloodborne remake came out first. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's actually a bit more attention. It's oh, well done on requesting that, Jeff. Well done on requesting that, Jeffrey. Armor, it's you. Enjoy the April Fools, yeah. Yeah, no malicious April Fools here, I promise. Just very daft games. Because we have previously done Zelda CDI, not on a CDI, thanks to the work of fans, but we have done that before on these. I don't know, if a Superman 64 decompilation or recompilation ever gets finished, which I believe there was one in the works, that would be a good fit for one of these. We'll still call it April Foolips CDI Day, even if it's that we're playing instead. In a roundabout way, we are playing Hotel Mario here, so that's quite fun. I've got to imagine whoever thought of putting this in here. Very devilish grin on their face when this idea came to mind. Because, yeah, fair play. I think if you're going to do a CDI tribute, it is going to kind of be more on the Zelda side. But this is a very inspired way to get Hotel Mario in here as well. Which indeed, kind of bizarrely, is just a game about just closing doors, basically, going up.
Time's up!
Oh, damn, where are these opening those? No, I think that might actually disappear until we come out. I don't think I'd be very good at Hotel Mario, I'm sad to say, yeah. Yeah, I guess just more than anything, it's just sort of, it's probably quite smart, really, because I think like a fully fledged Super Mario World style Foolips CDI game, that probably just wasn't going to work out for anyone. And I believe one was planned as well. There are like screenshots of something that was scrapped for that. There is promotional artwork as well of some very weird looking versions of like Mario, Link, and I believe Donkey Kong as well, who definitely did not have any CDI presence. Unfortunately? Unfortunately, yes. But yeah, they were all like, oh, your favourite Nintendo heroes are coming to Foolips CDI. And then off-screen a finger uncurled or curled, whichever way it would be, on the monkey's paw, I think. Oh my gosh, Armor. You're surprised that we didn't live to see that yet. Oh, Kunk on That's fun, Mom. I didn't know you were a Kunk fan. I need to actively watch more. I've only really seen clips, but they have been routinely hilarious. I need to be careful if I'm like drinking something while seeing the Kunk thing, because it might maybe that drink might get spat out. I'm not careful. No! Alas, as I say, I wouldn't say I have an encyclopedic knowledge or experience of CDI junk, but I guess there's enough knowledge on that front at least. They are very expensive as well now, I think especially Zelda's Adventure, the third one. Do we have
Bonne chance, princess. Now to my next invention.
Okay, now we don't have anything. I would actually know we should have stayed in there because there was a we could have done that, wasn't there? But yeah, he's played Bubsy. I admit, yeah, it is fun, isn't it? Like, it's a weird level this is having to play at as being a daft, silly, tongue-in-cheek thing, but they are Every time it does a Neo Geo style zoom in, like, I'm always in awe of that. But that is, if a Philips CDI tried to do this, I don't think the house it was in, the CDI was in, would still be standing. Frankly. Yeah, we have side quests in this and everything. Hi, Saru. How are you doing, friend?
Need something special though with that little sword of yours? Just drop by and I'll give it a shellacking.
Eventually he'll do something for us, not yet. How are you doing, Saru? Happy April Fool's Day. Zelda's Adventure.
Just so bleak.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's the one. I think most people haven't played. I mean, most people haven't played any Philips CDI. Possibly as a public health priority going on there. I don't know. Oh wait, what did that? Oh, I see. That probably gave us more. Oh, I probably should say for that,
this
actually.
Isn't a charity, friend. Pay with something, will ya?
It's a good
You'll
head
pay
physics.
one way or the other.
Why does that lad give the... It would, there's a more than 0% chance they were channeling something like that. Honestly, the only documentary series you get on with. Oh my...
I declare this the same.
It's some hard-hitting journalism from Punk. Fair play. That's it. I'm a big fan of deadpan delivery of absurd statements, so obviously I'm quite keen on Kung.
Welcome to the kingdom's finest library. Our volumes cover all manner
No
of
worries, Barbara.
subjects.
I'll be in a bit myself.
Yourself.
Do you have anything on Dimer?
Well, you would ask about that. No, and if I may be so bold, I'd say this mess could have been avoided if the Book of Ocarin was kept by a skilled librarian like myself.
Skills? Like prioritizing the romance section?
Quiet, you miserable wretch!
I always check back in on RZ's expression, because it's usually gold in these sequences. It's usually... Again, she is sort of the straight man character, the kind of... the only sane voice in the room, but... The co-op has Peach and Blood or... Oh my gosh! Ooh, GG. GLHF on that, Barbara. I assume they're probably open until like 11, I would guess, right?
Oh, Your Grace.
At ease, Univore. Did I surprise you?
The good kind of surprise. Not like...
Yeah, I do like a game full of weirdos. I mean, Zelda games, like even the ones that are on the Philips CDI, those tend to be full of weirdos, right? So, really, the CDI games were kind of just heightening what was already there.
Howdy there, stranger. I take it you're on a quest.
Right. Apologies for the hole.
Oh, no worries about that. I could use a little sunshine in here anyway. If you dig further down, maybe I can finally get some plumbing in here too. You know, an adventurer has got to explore all curiosities.
Curiosities?
Yeah, cracked walls, strange spaces. Investigate them. Of course, you don't seem to be afraid of throwing those bombs. I once even heard of a hero finding a cooked turkey leg in a wall.
That's a Castlevania nod,
seasoned
isn't
to
it?
perfection, the legend says. Yeah, you might even find a few coins hidden away by portly old friends. Keep your eyes here.
Thanks. I'll do my best.
That's the spirit.
Well, that's a Zelda thing, really, isn't it? Kind of someone being like, oh yeah, you destroyed like a hole. You destroyed like the entrance to my home, more or less, right? Because that goes back to Zelda 1, doesn't it? The old fellas who will either give you money for clearing the way or being like, oh, cheers for paying for the repairs, you jerk. And then they'll I'll just charge you rupees on the spot. I think one of, or both of the Oracle games. I think that was when I first saw that actually, before I played Zelda 1, but it's, yeah, even go back to Zelda 1, they delighted in having very bizarre NPCs, quite minimally worded NPC, like a bit sparse in terms of what they could say, of course, but it's amazing how they got the spirit. Yeah, it's a really nice, it's really nice, Max. It's not too, they're definitely playing into and having fun with the absurdity of it, but it is a far more loving tribute than you would have ever expected those games to get, right? That's quite fun, I think. It's, one of these was locked. That key is for somewhere here, isn't there? Does it respawn if I go back here? Cheeky, that sounds like the Mario 64 / Quake, that sounds like that specific sound effect, doesn't it? We keep hearing that everywhere. Oh, around that. Yeah, well, funny enough, we have a full triangle Triforce style entity with this, but they're purple triangles instead. Kind of oddly. Oh, Cheeky, the power supply went on your N64. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry, you said that ages ago as well. Marv, if we have to forego Beat Saber for this. But well, maybe we could compromise and play Foolips CDI music on Beat Saber, which I'm sure someone has put on there. Question mark. Oh my gosh. Sounds like an aha tune. Oh, I forgot I put that there, Armor. Yeah, I need to update that. I should probably tidy up the... I suspect Twitch bios don't matter too much for, like, non-professional streamers, but I should probably put something... Should probably optimize that space a bit more. I mean, the best one I've seen on one of those recently was on JT is the Worst, who streams a lot of RPGs. He had a section on his bio that was like floating land masses I've destroyed in games on stream. Which is like a lot of floating palaces and stuff in RPGs, but then Earth was also one. Just like Earth or a version of the planet Earth got destroyed, and that counted as a floating landmass on this list. Land environment. That is powerful, my friend. Speaking of powerful, let's get some. Let's do a quick BRB drink refreshment break. Back in a bit, everyone.
Supposedly a special kind of poison.
This music turns me on!
I was thinking that too. I'm like, what is this music?
What?
Philosophy is basically thinking about thinking, which sounds like a waste of time because it is. Although a philosopher might argue that that time they've wasted never existed in the first place, at which point you'd probably give up talking to them and open a packet of biscuits.
trekking across the universe.
On the Starship Enterprise under Captain Kirk.
Star trekking across the universe.
Slowly going forward 'cause we can't find reverse.
All rise for the anthem. But this, if we're talking about retro junk, like the Philips CDI, this feels quite fit. But we do say retro junk affectionately, I promise. Yeah, you know, we were talking about tribute versus parody versus satire. Like that kind of scale. I think it's safe to say Conk is definitely of the satire variety, right? Maybe veering into parody, depending on the material. Yeah, although we finally have some yoggin. We didn't have to settle for like discounted 10p jelly pots from the local village shop. It doesn't have a huge yog. That's the spirit, cheek. Spock happily said that and even did the salute right as he right as we went back to our timeline. Because he knew we'd collectively fanboy and fangirl over that. It's you know, there's kind of like people put like Leslie Nielsen, like his Naked Gun character, like they put him into games and such. Or like put like Jim Carrey characters or similar. We should get Conk in like could we get her in like LA Noire and stuff like that? I think that'd be delightful. It's but forgive me for asking, do you know if is Faz streaming? I saw it because it is his birthday today, as we say. It looked like I had a notification that he did go live for a bit. Has he gone off again? Was it only like a quick thing? It's oh, I think it was a yeah, because it was talking about like, yeah, you know, that's go off to oh, no worries, Arm. A big thank you for that. Yeah, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. I know we've raided Faz a lot lately, but for good reason. And birthday streams tend to take the raid priority, so we'll keep an eye on that. Big thank you for big thank you on that, Armor. Yeah. It's, I do enjoy seeing the life leave your eyes. It does make me nostalgic though for when I saw would see on would it be VH1, like one of the music channels on Sky, and they would do like a almost kind of a proto YouTube style, like top 50 worst #1s of all time. And inevitably a lot of novelty songs would be in those. That's how I discovered Grandma We Love You, and don't know if I was better for that. I think I'm at a similar point. I promise I'm not I don't think we can bring ourselves to fully dislike it, while also I don't know if it'll enter my personal rotation. But when it comes up as song requests, I'm like, why not? Things tend to be a bit goofy and turn around, yeah, so that's probably a fairly reasonable fit. That's probably a fairly reasonable fit for what we look at here, right? It should be on your gym playlist. Is it on yours, Armor? That probably wouldn't be that surprising if it was. But yeah, to be fair, it could be quite motivating. I could see that. Surprisingly believable. Yeah, so this is I think the CDI games were a bit like this, maybe a bit less, like I think some areas could be one and done in that, whereas on this game I think they do want you to kind of go back over them with new abilities. So is RZ and Metroidvania, etc. Then there's definitely something on up here. It's obviously fairly simple combat-wise, but we do have been able to attack projectiles to stop them getting you. Yeah, fair play. It's given us a crap ton of projectiles as well. I guess from all those souls we're harvesting, which... that's not, I probably have walked past one of those candles and not actually thought to... yeah, I guess quote-unquote attack it, right? Like picking up like that, so... Yeah, that was a slight mistake. I could comfortably say this is better. I mean, if that CDI version of Lemons is alright, which there's a chance it's not. I mean, I know the CDI wasn't very good at, like, scrolling the screen, right, which... I mean, a lot of old computers weren't, right? Like, there's a reason stuff like Command the Key was quite notable, because that allowed fairly, at least by of-the-time standards, reasonably smooth scrolling, but... It's, yeah, but by the time the CDI came out, you would hope a new system would be a bit better on that front. It's, yeah, I mean, maybe that's why Hotel Mario was like a single screen kind of game, right? No worries, Cheeky. I don't mind if, oh, fair play, Armor. I've not actively listened to a lot of either of those, but I like what I've heard. Is Espresso the really famous Sabrina Carpenter song? That one I really like. It's really good kind of vibes, kind of, I don't know if outright relaxing, but sort of puts you in a good headspace. Oh, there we go, nice. Actually, weirdly, I've been listening to Jimi Hendrix stuff lately, because somehow I've never really kind of actively done that. And if you give me enough time, maybe I can formulate a good excuse for that, but probably not. Yeah, I'm thrilled to say I don't have a daft contrarian opinion on that. I did forget just how young Hendrix died now, though. Good lord, like, it is weird when it is weird when there's legends like that who I lived longer than they did. I don't completely know how to reconcile that, admittedly. Oh, wow.
Here to challenge me? What behooves you to...
That voice sounds familiar.
Cease this laughter. You will suffer. Nay, you... Enough! Rein it in!
Ah. Oh, poor lad. Oh, his name is Clive. That's a good CDI kind of walk. That's a good CDI kind of walk cycle. Clive was too much for us. I don't think we have to land the acorns on him, but we should try and get at least one, right? We don't even do that much compared to just... I don't know, maybe there's an achievement for... It's gonna take too long, though. That is a very good CDI walk cycle.
Stop horsing around!
I'm sorry, lad, but they had enough horse puns to work with. Oh, Jesus! Honestly, that's not that much more violent than some of the Zelda CDI animations. Some of the stuff in there gets surprisingly... I'll probably write down some of these, yeah, I assume we'll get the fin for that, get the flowers of... Yeah, that's me too! It is, oh, what was I... Oh, yeah, I think it was a King Jester stream, yeah, that she was talking about. You know, we kind of laugh about that game, quote-unquote, let's say CD-ROM software, the CDI, the flowers of Robert Mapplethorpe, which... I do think of James Rolfe saying that. But, yeah, Kim Justice did rightly point out, that's not the most famous kind of thing that Robert Mapplethorpe has done, like stuff about flowers, right? There was even a Simpsons joke about the more famous Robert Mapplethorpe. Craziness on that front. Switch it up like Nintendo. Oh, really, Armor? Wow, there we go. That's the, that Bare Naked Lady song where they reference, like, Sailor Moon and Kurosawa films. That's the modern equivalent of that. That's fun.
If you ever need something special done, like
Gosh. I think it was only that time I was like, wait a minute, like his pecs, shall we say? They kind of split out of his dungarees. They're not kind of quite surprising, even by this game's standards. It's yeah, fair play. Is that Swansea Uni gym you go to, Armour? Oh, they've had pretty good ones on that front. Yeah, it actually might be worth writing down some of these. Oh, to be fair, they do fairly... They do document this stuff quite well. Yeah, that...
Oh, actually, wait, is this the one we can use our...
Oh. No. Did go there first. Oh, fair. Oh, nice. Yeah, the Park Tower one. Yeah. There used to be Toys R Us in that kind of complex. I remember going there when I was very, very young. Seeing like Mega Drive era kind of games. I mean, that is why I saw Sega Pico actually, and wanted it so badly. Which Sega Pico probably not a million miles away from the CDI spiritually, right? Like not that close, but weirdly not that far off either. My ex told me that. Oh really? Oh, they were obviously Swansea based. Yeah, it was there for years. Yeah, like I don't think it, because there was a big kind of Toys R Us going belly up kind of thing for a while, wasn't there? I don't think. I don't think it was right as that happened. I got the sense that was more of a US thing, but. Why is that door opening? Was that a thing in the Hotel Mario where some of the doors just...
Rubies.
There we are. That's probably why I lost this last time. That really confused me. Yeah, I don't know if we'd one credit clear Hotel Mario. If and or when. Maybe that'll be this person's next project, now that they've ported the Zelda CDI games. That made them remarkably accomplished spiritual success into them. Maybe they'll port Hotel Mario there next. Yeah, I don't. Toys R Us still exists in some capacity, right? I know there was like a lot of bad mismanagement of. I don't know how, if you got necessarily legally fault, but certainly bad handling of money on a very large scale on the management side, I understand. With Toys R Us. We won't blame Jeffrey himself, but I don't think... I really want to think he's an innocent party in that. But maybe I'd be overly optimistic on that. Actually, this has a little bit of the CDI, wait, what is or what isn't a platform. Like, not horrifically so, a little bit though. And damn, I thought that might be able to... Yeah, I don't think we have the, Yeah, now we need the, Yeah, we'll get a better jump at some point. I thought you meant no, Jeffrey the giraffe. The beloved mascot. I mean, Smith's Toys is kind of the, I don't know how long Smith's Toys has been a thing. I don't really remember it as a kid. I'm sure it does go back a ways, but that does seem to be kind of the last time I stepped into Smith's Toys to get, like, some PlayStation VR 2 accessories really cheap. Certainly that was, like, that beautiful kind of candy paradise nightmare of classic Toys R Us with just sensory overload everywhere you look, and admittedly as an adult the slight feeling of gosh, is it okay working here? Is it a little exhausting with kids running everywhere and being kid-like in the way that kids are and all the rest of it? It's yeah, that's the Spirit Hypes. Close enough though. We are collecting magical triangles. They are purple, and there's 4 of them. So it's not quite all the trifecta stuff, but it's sort of on the way there, right, Hypes? How are you doing, Hypes? You're a fan of prestige gaming as well, I understand, sir. Smiths is great to go. Yeah, I can't ever. I mean, I don't have. I need to declutter, not further clutter, right? But I still think like any kind of Lego stuff is really fun, of course. I struggle to justify it, but it's something where if I know someone who like collects gets Lego or such, I am very excited for them on that. I do think a good Lego build can be really fun. It's I don't think someone will be in a position to get more of anytime soon immediately, but it's similar thing with kind of physical versions of games like collector's editions. Like the collector's edition for this is really fun. I don't think I'd ever necessarily need. I'd never be able to justify it, but I do think it's cool. Like I like seeing unboxings of that stuff. And it's quite fun because I have been able to kind of relate to, like in some stream chats, I've seen people talking about retro game collecting. I can kind of relate to it just based on me doing that about 13 years ago, give or take. Definitely not as much these days, but I mean, clearly I still bloody love old games, right? Even when they are daft. I collect a lot of collector's editions. Oh, fair play, but it ends up being... Oh, you've been able to sell them quite well. Nice. Because in some of those cases, in some of those instances, like certain ones, at least for a while, like I don't know if some of them have climbed in value. Some collector's editions really didn't end up being that valuable as I understand it. Might depend on the... There are certain franchises, like I think anything Castlevania, like even if it's for the Lords of Shadow games, which probably aren't as beloved among like kind of the hardcore fans of those games, but I still assume anything to do with those could be quite expensive. Hi, Super and Company, thank you so much for the raids. How are you doing, Super and Company? Oh my gosh, Hypes, that's hilarious. There's a Philips CDI in your local Facebook market. I wish I'd gotten the one from my old school now, because what the hell else was that gonna... well, granted, I wish I did. Part of me wishes I did, and then that would have been a heck of a thing to try and declutter. How could I bring myself to throw out a CDI? Hiya, Soups and Company. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for doing the shout-outs, Armour. That's a really fun choice, Better play Super Animal Crossing. What were you guys up to on that? when I was thinking of you in Animal Crossing just now, Super, immediately I was like, oh, they did put Puzzle League / Tetris Attack / Panel de Pon in the 3DS Animal Crossing, didn't they? And I did hope that would show up in New Horizons, but to be fair, we do have the we've got the SNES N64 iterations of Panel de Pon now, haven't we? I mean, the SNES one we've got the Japanese version, haven't we? Which is quite cool. We don't necessarily have the we don't have the Yoshi's Island Western version of that, unfortunately. But... Oh, Barbara. I mean, I know there was some thought of like, well, it has been quite a while since the last Animal Crossing. That is, man, if you had told me back in the GameCube days Animal Crossing would be as big as it ended up being, like, I would have been very surprised, to put it very lightly, because I mean, there was a period of time where it didn't look like they'd released the GameCube Animal Crossing in the UK or Europe. Like, it did come eventually, but I suspect they were a little unsure of its, oh my god, we need to heal that snail. That's just... I'll get there yet, though. It's, to show we didn't get the mini games. Yeah, those were really cool, yeah. I remember with the DS Animal Crossing being sad that the NES games from the GameCube games didn't carry over. Which, to be fair, those would have been a little awkward on the DS. Not impossible, but... I mean, they did get NES games on GBA, but that was with some compromise resolution-wise. But also, we have a million ways to play NES games these days. It's like we're okay on that front. Ultimately. It's, yeah, it will happen eventually, definitely. I do have a soft spot for Animal Crossing. It is one of those series where I think because I've played it so much over the years, I'm a bit less likely to invest a lot of time in it now, but I still love, like, the characters, the vibes of it. I love how distinctly... I love that kind of specific Nintendo-y kind of weirdness and charm. I do think... Like, obviously more on the cute side, but it's definitely there in Animal Crossing. It's definitely there on the bizarre, almost Adult Swim-esque side with Tomodachi Life, right? Which is a little bit AC adjacent. Meow and Bow Wow. I don't mean... Are those villagers? There's a Bow Wow in Link's Awakening, but probably no relation. Nice, Super. I'm glad you'll be able to still watch it while at work. Yeah, it's... interesting time for us UK folks, isn't it? At 2 PM, and then that goes to like 6 AM. Give or take in the States, right? Depending on where you are there, of course. And that works out pretty well for us. Yeah, it's going to be an hour-long one as well, isn't it? You'd want original copy. Maybe there'll be a Foolips CDI Everdrive, maybe. Let's see what the future holds. Yeah, thank you again, Super and Co. In case not immediately clear, we're playing a wonderful tribute to some very wonderful games, never again to be acknowledged by Nintendo. Not unsurprisingly. From the Foolips CDI. This is a really, really fun little daft tribute game to those. Which, anytime we talk to someone in this, it's a surreal, bizarre nightmare. In all its weirdly animated glory. It's quite beautiful. It's so daft way. Yeah, this came out really nicely though. This came out last year. Hi, One Pint. How are you doing? One Pint, how did the rest of the Kamiko speedrun go? It's quite fun that, because anytime I see you on that game, it does make me think of the early Switch one, the first few months on that, because that was one of the early indie game success stories on Switch, wasn't it, Kamiko? It was like the 6th or 7th Switch game I got, maybe. like, first three were obviously Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Fast RMX, Snipper Clips. I think the fourth was either Blaster Master Zero or the Wonder Boy 3 remake. There was some very kind of good retro revival stuff that timed really well with the Switch 1 launch. Well, like, not that long after, which I was all over.
I am more than just a mere scarecrow. I can teleport.
You can't leave here, can you?
Oh, but if I please Dama, he'll surely boast of my power.
You know, I could teach you.
Wise, prepare to be shocked.
Oh no, it's a... Oh wow. Yeah. Oh my god, like Zelda, we've got kooky little scarecrows. They don't tend to attack us. Like they do have the air of being a little possessed, the Zelda ones. But also, for the love of God, talk to the one in Majora's Mask, because very important time slowing ability from that. Which,
I don't know, did they make it more likely that you wouldn't miss that in the 3DS game? The 3DS port of Majora's Mask?
Because it always struck me with that, how easy that was to miss. 60-minute direct then. Oh yeah, that's cool. I like the treehouse format. Yeah, it's those are fun as well, because they've sometimes on those treehouse segments they've had like people who have been at Nintendo since the 80s. Like they had a guy there talking about going about the old Nintendo warehouses with the arcade cabinets, like on skateboards and such. But yeah, just also they are, you know, quite nicely down to earth and such. Yeah, it's a good format to kind of show some of the. I assume it'll be all the stuff we see announced. Do you think there'll be a way to track like worldwide productivity at 2 p.m. tomorrow? It'll be like when Pac-Man, you can play Pac-Man on the Google homepage. And the estimated loss in global productivity was a pretty scarily high number. It's actually quite tough. Trying to find Oh, actually, can we attack the... No, we can't. No. We obviously need to bait it, don't we? We need to do that, but then we need to also not have it hit us. I can't blame, because we've got quite a good projectile attack. I'll be having... No, well done, cheeky. We won't tell. We won't tell. It's, I mean, I'm so law-abiding that when I first saw those... You can download ROMs, but you must delete them within 24 hours of it. I believed it. I was even a bit frightened of the notion. I was also 11, in my defense. Like, it's quite funny, because the moment you interrogate that on those ROM websites, I assume they don't still say that, they do be ironic, but... you interrogate that thought at all, it's like, well, no, that wasn't... No way, that would be legally. Nice, I hope you enjoy it 1 point. I would download a car. I mean, the classic response to that is like, well actually, I would if you could. And it's like, yeah, fair point, actually. It's only really logistics to stop at that. This one's actually quite. The projectiles are very quick. There we go, okay, yeah. I mean, I just need to start running sooner. Yeah, like that. There we go. Yeah, to be fair. It's quite a fair boss battle. Took me a while to work out because I suck. Oh, case in point. Ah! Case in point. It was a class project by... Ah, fair play. Did download the car though. I can confirm this, Jeff, yeah. I was, Jeff, I'm like 2/3 of the way through Jurassic Park now, the book. Gosh, I should have read that 50 years ago. Of course, it's excellent. And absolutely horrifying at times that they let you know how painful the final moments of certain characters are in the Jurassic Park book. But yeah, I was thinking of Rocket League quite a bit, Jeff, with that particular Jeep. In particular, hearing how much the Jeeps get messed up in, like, flood down the tree and such. Not unlike my Rocket League, I do tend to get blown up in Rocket League. Which I hope is not personal failing. That was... Oh, no, I won't. Sadly, at my place, we have to track work. Oh, that... Yeah. Oh, gosh, Barbara, yeah, that is... You'd hope... Oh, my gosh, what is this pin message Jasmine did? Oh, yes, well that's very good. Advantage of being in uni are that you can watch the direct very easily. Disadvantage, you've been working until 10 PM because you're a dissertation. Your dissertation on the direct, I think, might be the hack on that. It's yeah, it's excellent, Jeff. I love the he's done loads of audiobooks. Looking at his credits, but the guy, I forget his name unfortunately, but the guy reading on the audiobook, he sounds like he sounds 70%, I'd say, like Adam West. So it's just the wistful tones of like Grandpa Batman, basically telling me about the fears of commerce mixing with genetic engineering and all the rest of it. So I know it's a bit of a divisive thing with, I guess, Michael Crichton's writing style, just how much he gets into the weeds of like science fiction stuff, but I find that stuff really... I really get into that. There's so much thematically to chew on there. It's, and I have ended up enjoying what an absolute git John Hammond is in the book. A bit less so than the kindly grandpa version from the film. Yes, Jeff, you know what, those rules I do think carry dignity. They do carry quite a bit of dignity with them, I think. Also, I'm so sorry I'm so crap at this boss. There we go. I mean, that's the trick, just be quite close to a ledge that you can... Why not like that? Well, I'm in my tensor. Much my luck with what hits I can try and get on a boss like that. And this guy's name is Conrad as well. Now that's a name of dignity. Probably more than you'd expect from a weaselly voiced. This one's there. That also I struggle with when he's like, this one's right next to you. Don't know if. Luckily we've got so many projectiles. I think usually the Zelda CDI games weren't too, like if you play the version that controls well anyway, they weren't too ridiculously difficult. Yeah, but I don't know how to reliably dodge. Oh, nice. That's cool. Both of you guys have read that. Yeah, let's all have our own. Not necessarily us all reading the same thing, but I do enjoy book chat. I'm so glad I can join in on it again. Now that I've actually gotten around to reading stuff again. Only via audiobooks at the moment, but they have been... I have been getting proper absorbed in them. Like, the guy for Jurassic Park was so good doing basically some of the outright horror sequences, right? Like any other stuff taking place in the rain or at night. Reading about Dennis him talking about Dennis Nedry's pretty horrific fate. Audiobook. Oh, bless you, Jeff. Yeah, forgive me if that sounded like it manifested as audiobook insecurity, yeah? It's, I do like that you can multitask a bit while listening to audiobooks. It would vary though, like I think for fictional stuff, the other thing I'm doing alongside them, I want to be something fairly mundane, just like household chores or going for a walk on the route I've been on millions of times. My god, I did not expect this to, most people sound of mine probably do this on like their second go, but... That's the thing I don't really know. Were these spawns right next to you? I don't know if... I just don't really know how you can kind of reliably avoid that. At least we're not running out of projectiles. Guess you don't have the smallest hitbox in the world. Ah. Oh, thank Christ. No, right, Barbara.
Wait, get me up! Get me up!
Oh god, when he said put me down, I thought that was a bit more... Oh dear. Yeah, thankfully that was a bit more literal than the... I mean, I struggle to imagine the Scarecrow living an especially fulfilled life, but audiobooks. Ah, Barbara! Yeah, I listened to quite a lot of audiobooks, like maybe like 9 years ago for quite a bit, and then it took me so long to properly get around to them again for no real good reason. I guess podcasts typically took up that spot, but now I've kind of flipped on that. Maybe at some point I'll be on like a 50-50 on podcasts and audiobooks, but I'm all in on audiobooks at the moment.
Princess, I can't thank you enough.
I should be thanking you.
Macaw, no. You gave me the courage to face my
Oh, that might be... Armor, I think that's Corey from My Life in Gaming, I
Allow me to
think.
teach you to move like a crow. Good. I must be off. There are more crows to liberate.
Everybody do the Foolips CDI crow. Oh, fair play, yeah. Yeah, to be fair, that was quite descriptive for... Wait, how do you... Sorry, no, it just says... Can reverse speed duck walk to use the CDI. Have sweet dreams of combat stuff. Thank you so much, Jeffy. You take care, fella. I look forward to telling you more of the reading. Jasmine reading kids' books would be a dream audio. But oh, Barbara. Oh, bless you. The one problem is I do it is really cool with an audiobook reader when they it's really good when they can do multiple voices, right, for characters quite well. I absolutely cannot do that. Not very easily anyway. Like if you try to do like a kid's voice or like a more gruff kind of character, I don't know how much I can reliably change that up. Admittedly, I will write a story about Conrad, which has to know. If it's a Conrad one, though, I can certainly try. It's, you wouldn't steal a quarry. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I've noticed Faz is streaming, so we'll raid over in a bit now. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can immediately do on this. Like that's kind of more of a combat ability we just got. I don't know if it'll open up. Immediately think of what that'll open up. Yeah, maybe we will call it there actually. I'll do a bit more homework on this for the next stream to figure out what we can do next. Oh, there should be a hugely long game this over a few streams, but I guess spending ages battling a very unassuming looking scarecrow boss. Not the worst place to end that. But yeah, thank you everyone. Lovely way to start the week streaming with a very daft game like this. Yeah, thank you so much in turn, Cheeky. Yeah, we forgive me, I you might have said before, I apologise if I did miss it. I assume is the plan still to play Quake or Doom? Depends on how stable Doom is tomorrow for the retro shooter Wednesday, because yeah, we'll be on that. Because yeah, I'll be on again tomorrow for that. We'll probably do that for a couple of hours, won't we, Cheeky, with Willing Company, and then I'll we'll get back and play a bit more of this insane game. We'll do that thing where it's like stretching the birthday out over a week. We'll stretch April Fool's out for a few days playing this. Oh, cool. We'll I just saw Genuel's post in there as well. It's nice he enjoyed our feedback of us playing his level that he made on that. But yeah, thanks for that, Cheeky. Yeah, thank you so much, April. Thank you, B. Thank you, friend. Yeah, so main message is happy birthday. It is indeed Francis' birthday. Yeah, that's all go and spoil him. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. A bit of a shorter stream than usual, but yeah, I'll be back on again tomorrow at 8 PM with, again, a bit of retro shooting fun, either Quake or Doom, and then more of this ridiculous which is delightful, isn't it? Not unexpectedly. I didn't know. I would love how daft this thing is, and indeed we have done. Yeah, they did well on this game, bad night. Nice to play something very light and certainly quite short for a change as well. Like off stream, I've been plugging away at a like 80-hour visual novel, so to play a game that's like a few hours is quite nice. But yeah, it's a lovely song to go out on as well, isn't it? Take care, everyone. Oh, nice, B. I hope you, I've got to assume you're a better liar than I am, B. I think anyone and everyone is. I've got no poker face. I hope you enjoyed the monos for people, though. That's awesome. Thank you for lurking, B. I hope you get better soon. Take care, everyone.